Welcome to another episode of Dolphin Origin Stories, where we meet up with and discuss with fellow students, faculty, staff, alumni, and so much more their story about how they became a Dolphin. I'm joined now by alumni Lauren Giordanella. Lauren, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So your ties go here way back for a long time. You're a Dolphin true and true.
I am.
And you're on the alumni board right now. So let's work our way backwards. So talk to us, take us back to your days in high school, how you applied and decided ultimately to come to the College of Staten Island.
Yeah. So for me, when I was in high school, the college decision process was kind of difficult for me. I really did want to go away, but I was also very close to my family, my parents, and so even though I wanted to go away, I wasn't necessarily ready for that, big experience. So it was kind of actually last minute that I decided to come to the College of Staten Island. I'm a native Staten Islander, so my older sibling had attended CSI, my father attended CSI, so it was just kind of something I was very familiar with. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna start at CSI, I'll get like my freshman year underway, and then maybe I'll transfer later. But it just so happened that I really loved, my time here. My initial semester, I actually started in like the business fields. I didn't end up in that track, but even still, I had made a lot of friends. I was on campus a lot because I had a 2-day a week schedule, and I was here for like the full day, both days. So I was really immersed in the school and just kind of, made a lot of connections. And then I got really comfortable, and I, again, was enjoying my experience. So I was like, I'm gonna stay. And then when I figured out the business track wasn't for me, I had, became an English major, and once I did that, I really kind of found my people. After that, I was like, I'm not leaving, I'm staying.
So you were enjoying your time here, and you picked your major at that point. Were there any activities you were involved in here on campus? Because you're here all day. So
I know. You think that I would have joined a group, and I didn't necessarily. I had, again, just a lot of friends that were here, both friends that I knew from my childhood, and then people that I just met as I went to school. So we would hang out on campus. I did hang out a lot in like the Dolphin Lounge and the cafeteria. And I had friends that were in sorority that were on the campus. And I wasn't, in fact, a part of it, but I was just kind of like, an adage to them. So I was there a lot with them, hanging out. So nothing particular, but I was still immersed.
And through your time here, through the school, is there any opportunities that came your way, such as internships or anything outside of the actual being in the classroom?
So I didn't get internships necessarily through CSI. So I had an internship when I was in high school that got me into the banking world, and that's actually why I started my major in business. So I was 16 when I started in banking, and then it just so happened that they were very flexible with the schedule, so they were able to work around my school schedule, so I just kind of stayed there. But when I was in the English department, I was able to kind of, really get an understanding, because I had a dual major in writing and linguistics. So through the programs that I was in, I wanted to become a teacher. So I was really able to kind of, get more experience from, just the mentors that I had as my professors, and
Who are some of your favorite professors from your time?
Oh my gosh, Professor Ava Chin, Professor Kate Marvin, Professor Benish, Professor Chitora. These are people that, some of them I'm still connected with, through social media, the power of social media, right? And I can just, really see everything that's going on with them. They can see things that are going on with me. So, there's just some, lessons that I'll never forget, and I take with me everywhere and share with others. So,
So you graduated in 2008, right?
Yes.
So from there, then what was your journey like? Did you go to grad school? Did you jump right into school, into work? What did you do?
Yeah, so it was kind of a mix. So yes, I actually did go to grad school here at CSI. I am actually almost done with it. But what happened was I went to grad school specifically for the secondary education track with a concentration in English. And then when it came time for me to student teach, I was still working full time. So
Right,
it
so very
wasn't
difficult,
feasible.
not possible.
Yes. So that's kind of where my journey was on pause there. But even through that trajectory, again, because I wanted to become a teacher, I learned building lesson plans.
Right,
I learned how to handle classroom management skills. And then that actually helped me in the field that I'm in today. So I, again, continued banking up until probably my last year that I was in grad school. And then I found a position working with the Workforce One program through the Department of Small Business Services, where I started as a career advisor. And from there, I was able to take the skills that I learned in education and assisting people, and instead of helping them in a classroom setting, I was helping them with their career journey and helping them to connect to services and to trainings and to actually conduct trainings that help people, find their passions and then be able to create an income for themselves and their family. So that kind of started, the trajectory that I'm on now, which blossomed into something even more, which I can get into. But.
So right now, I mean, you're out of school, let's say 10 years, you move fast forward, a little more after that, and you're at the director level as far as professionally.
Yes.
So that was a great accomplishment for you, and I know a lot of that was probably based on your roots here and how you carried on. So talk to us about your current position at work.
Yeah, so I currently am the director at the Staten Island, New York City Business Solutions Center, also part of the Department of Small Business Services. And on this journey, I basically oversee a whole program that helps those that want to become an entrepreneur or have a business and want to grow, connect to the no-cost services that the city offers. And in this role, I'm still educating people, right? I am constantly having conversations. We have different workshops and programs that we provide to educate and teach people on just the basics of overall, business and what goes into it, because so many people just think like, oh, I want to start a business, but they don't know what goes into it, what's the A to Z. So being able to meet one-on-one, being in the community, I work on Staten Island, I still live on Staten Island, and just having these roots and having something that I built, again, from being here at CSI and the skills that I learned and, just the interpersonal skills, not even educational wise, it just really has helped me so much grow in my profession and help others grow on their journey too.
Absolutely, and there's no doubt about it, you're a proud Dolphin,
Yes.
and you're still involved with the school.
Very involved.
As a proud alumni, you're on the alumni board now, so
Yes.
what was the process like for you to get involved on the alumni board, and talk to us about what the alumni board does?
Yes. Okay. Well, for myself, the process of getting involved. So again, I still maintain a lot of the friendships and connections that I've had from my time at CSI. And one of my good friends happens to be president of the alumni board.
Jennifer Miller.
Yeah, Jen
Does a
Miller.
great job.
Yes, love her. And she always wanted me to join. Ever since she had been on, she was like, "Oh, you're gonna join? You're gonna join?" And between my job and I also am involved in other community organizations and activities, so I always have a lot of events and different things that I attend, but I always knew that I wanted to do something to be able to give back to CSI and to be able to help those that are currently attending CSI and then also get more alumni involved. So this past year, almost a year actually, I had applied to become a member. I filled out the application, submitted my resume, I went through an interview process, and I was one of the ones selected, so I was super excited. And then just, since my time on here, again, it's grown my connections even more. There's over 20 members of the board, and so now those are all my friends, and we attend a lot of different events. We host mixers to help bring engagement to the school. We help fundraise for the school, and we just really want people to be aware of the work that CSI does in the campus, within the community, within Staten Island, getting support for all of the programs that are available, and again, just engaging more alumni, having them come back to their community and give back.
Absolutely.
So it's really been a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah.
To do
So
that.
for our alumni at home watching that maybe want to get more involved or get back with the community, not necessarily
Yes.
joining the board, but
Right.
how could they learn more, maybe attend some of those mixers? Because I had to cover one of the mixers recently back in the fall. It was a great time. All the alumni had a really nice time. So
Yeah.
tell everybody who is an alumni or maybe a senior who's going to be graduating soon, how they can stay involved with the school moving forward.
Yes. Well, so we post all of our events and activities on social media. So the CSI Alumni Board has a LinkedIn, we have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram page. So you can follow us there if you are on social media. You can also reach out to Jackie Lamberti, who oversees alumni relations. You can also reach out to myself. I'm happy to help get your email address out there, especially if you are a current senior at the college. Please make sure that before you leave, you are submitting your contact information. Having your contact information is so important for us because we can also send email blasts and notifications. And if we don't have the current email address, then you're not going to be receiving it. So just make sure that you submit any information that you can so you can stay connected. But yes, you can always, I'm also on LinkedIn individually, so you can look me up and I'm more than happy to help make any connections I can.
All right, excellent. And last thing here, for anybody who's watching at home, who's either considering applying here or transferring into the College of Staten Island, tell them why they should do that.
Honestly, it's a beautiful big campus, but everything feels like home. Everybody here is family. The campus has, maintained so much of its charm, but it's also changed so much even since I've been here. And now having the ability to be able to dorm if you wanted to. Yeah. It gives you that home away from home feel, but being local if you live on Staten Island, or if you don't live on Staten Island, CSI is in the heart of the island. It's accessible from, the ferry, from buses, public transportation, private transportation, there's parking on the campus, and just honestly too, the academics, the professors, everybody is so helpful, so warm, so welcoming, so knowledgeable, you really won't regret it. So
that's for sure. Lauren, thank you for your time. We appreciate you joining us. And that's going to do it here for this episode of Dolphin Origin Stories for our special guest, one of the best alumni there are here, Lauren Giordanella. I am Nick Durst. Thank you for watching.